So Randy Rhoads is getting a spot in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. As a guy who has spent so much time living with and getting inside Randy's riffs, what do you think it is that makes Randy Rhoads so special?
Just his writing, man. It's his compositions, and I mean, it really is. And when you look at the whole story, when you sit there, me and you sit back and you look at the playing board,
Hmm.
it like really is amazing. I mean, because it's just like if Randy hadn't have met Ozzy, which is so crazy because I'm a huge Sabbath freako,
Hmm.
so I love Sabbath, whereas Randy didn't like Sabbath at all. So him from the world he was coming from and where Ozzy's coming from, the fact that he didn't like Black Sabbath at all and wasn't influenced by Sabbath or anything like that is really how that soup worked. It really is because it's just like Randy's coming with all these poppy type riffs. I mean, when you listen to the early Quiet Riot stuff, so like whether it was like them Bone movies, like I mean No Bone movies and things like that, that those are definitely without a doubt Quiet Riot type things that were he had ideas that he had. And when you listen to like there was like one videotape where it was like I guess it's on Instagram I guess on Randy Rhoads videos, but it's just like within they played like 8 songs from like a gig at the Whiskey or the Starwood with Quiet Riot. It was like Crazy Train was in there. Uh, I mean, like D was in there. I think Goodbye to Romance. There was like just a ton of Ozzy material that were before they turned into Ozzy songs, and it was just like, but Randy's, like when the major riff in like Crazy Train and everything like that, with the A E D A, where it
Hmm.
goes all major and everything like that. I mean, that was like Quiet Riot kind of stuff, and then you put Ozzy's singing over it, then it takes on a whole different thing. But the whole thing is like when you really think about it, Randy's, the classical stuff would have never worked. Like Revelation, Mother Earth, Diary of a Madman. I mean, like, Believer, Mr. Crowley. I mean, like all these things would have never worked in Quiet Riot.
Yeah.
I mean, when you listen to the early Quiet Riot or what Quiet Riot was, they weren't that kind of band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, so
No.
like Ozzy really was the the ultimate foil
Hmm.
for Randy to be the best Randy, that to be the ultimate of to bring all his capabilities to light.